lovely YouTube people. It has been a hot minute. So we're gonna do a garden tour. It is almost, it's the middle of September, and our frost comes like the end of October. So we still have things growing and we are dwindling. We have some new stuff coming up, but there's a lot of changes going on in both my life and Molly's life. So I'll kind of fill you in a little bit on that while we go. And you can see the porch is looking a little empty. I have a couple cabbages going here. They really need to be uppotted. They're looking a little rough. I got some sweet potatoes that we're gonna see if they will stay till next year. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right. So first things first, on the wall right here, we have stuff still going. We do have some babies. Right here we have different kinds of kale going. Those were just up potted. And you see a couple things going on. This is cucumber. I'm hoping, I think it's gonna make a comeback. We got some little babies going on. So hopefully we'll get some cucumbers, around the next month. I got a green stalk. So I'm really excited about that. The green stalk, check this guy out. Full of Romanesco broccoli. So, oh, and one pepper that Bodie planted. But I just got this guy. I got it with a Labor Day sale. So it was, I don't know, a good bit marked off. And then I used, I think, Whispering Willow's code to get an extra 10% off. So thank you to them. Scotty's got his little Janice daisies. They're coming on. Garden is dwindling, but Scott's flower bed is looking absolutely lovely. So let me show it to you guys. So we'll come in closer. We got a lot of stuff still going strong in here. He's been steadily planting these Janice daisies. Are they not just absolutely gorgeous? Like, come on. The gumfrinas, there's all sorts. These are the mandarin gumfrinas. They do not seem to grow nearly as aggressively as the purple ones. There's some salvia. These are, I think, a dianthus, and I think it's a spooky version is what he told me it was. And he's got a couple of them all throughout. Another daisy. We got some toothache plants, some marigolds popping. These violas over here, you guys, they are just absolutely gorgeous. Like, they're so little, but like the detail on them, just on every single one too, like so different. There's another one I'll show you when we get around the other side. And then this, like, sunflower corner is just, I can't even deal. My favorite flowers are sunflowers. When we got married, I had sunflowers, and he just planted all these sunflowers for me. Oh, here is that blue viola I was talking about. They're dwindling, but they are lovely as well. The bee balm is starting to come in, so I'm really excited about that. Harvest some of that for some medicinal purposes. These are all marigolds, giant marigolds, pretty tall. The eggplant tree and the coleus back there, I mean, you can see it's just completely taken over. It looks lovely. Ooh, got a Jolly Jester marigolds, lovely. Giant zinnia. All of my calendulas, they're pretty much done. They were there. Pineapple sage is taken off. Got a couple different kinds of basils. These lemongrass, I have got to do some lemongrass harvesting. I'm probably gonna make some little lemongrass rings for tea. The zinnias are still going strong. Now, my husband just cannot accept that the frost is coming, and he pulled out the melons that were in here and he planted 50-day sunflowers. You can see like this half is quite leggy because gosh, by about like 1 o'clock this area is shaded now. So that is a big change with the garden overall. You can kind of see the sun is now, it's over there right now, but the angle of the sun is beyond that tree line. So you can see most of the garden is quite shaded, and it is, I mean, it's only about 2 o'clock right now. So not a whole lot of sunlight left for this garden. Middle of summer, the sun was all the way over there on the other side of the house. So that's just crazy to me. I can't even still wrap my head around that. The tomatoes, they are just done. This whole thing, it's time to come out. Everything has pretty much succumbed to blight, and it's just a jungle in here. Some more cucumbers that are doing pretty well though. So I'm excited about that. I think that we're gonna end up with another batch of pickles to be put on the shelf. We do have a couple of the second round tomatoes that are going, so we'll see. Maybe they'll give me something, who knows. I doubt it though. But everything is, the watermelons are done. The peppers are still going strong. I have dehydrated a ton of peppers. I made chili powder, and then I also made cowboy candy, which is really delicious. If you haven't had that, I highly suggest making some. The okra is still producing. They're looking a little rough. A nice little flower there though. Hello. My carrot that went to seed, I have collected some of these seeds, and then I have also just seeded the garlic chives. Really need to harvest that. I didn't plant those garlic chives there. Those were here, and I just let them grow. I did watch a video about preserving them in oil. I think I might do some of that. But the bees love it. If you can see, let's see. There are bees just everywhere. So I've just left it, letting the bees enjoy it. And peppers, they're still going strong. These sweet potatoes are all doing really well. I actually have harvested throughout this whole row a good bit. There are still some that I left to get bigger, and some roots that look like they're not done growing, and this just looks as healthy as can be. So we're gonna let it keep going until we get closer to the frost. Over here, we have more eggplants coming on. We have had an abundance of eggplants this late summer. That is that volunteer tomato that has finally fallen and finally gotten blight. Most of the fruits that are on what's left of the tomatoes are really not looking super awesome from the blight. So we're pretty much done with tomatoes once the second ones come in. We have a cucamelon going strong over here. I didn't think this thing was going to do anything, but here it is now. So we'll see. Some more okra. The okra, these guys are pretty much done. Like I said, the eggplant's still going. These are the fairy tale eggplants I got way back in May at the Mother's Day farmers market. And this guy's still going pretty strong. Pretty impressed. Gotten a lot of food off of this plant. These are the strawberries. Some pimento peppers. Those are all fish peppers, but they haven't produced anything in a while. They have some blossoms on them though. We'll see. But over here, Look at this. A loofah. And I think it's getting close to being ready. We'll see. Another little guy coming on. This guy actually literally travels like all the way over there. Fish peppers, you can see we're putting on some more blossoms. So probably get some more peppers. This area really does get shaded very early on in the day now with where we are, time of year. Here we got where I planted some radishes, turnips, and then back there, carrots. There's actually right there, that's a volunteer bean. I planted some cabbage, or I sowed some cabbage. Well, maybe that's it. That's new. Yeah, look at that. Although I didn't want them to come up so close together, but it is what it is. Such is life. But let me talk to you guys. So if you're wondering why there's not a whole lot of fall stuff planted in my garden, I have these 60-day carrots. I have some radishes and turnips that are short, is because, like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of changes going on with both Molly and myself. We're actually both moving. So there's really not a big point in sowing a large fall garden at this point. That's why I still have a good bit of my fall my fall seedlings in essentially trays, in little pots, because we are going to take them with us. Scott and I are moving in the middle of November. Molly is moving a little bit before that. So we are actually moving farther away from each other right now. We live very close. So she is actually moving to a zone that is probably a little bit warmer than where we're at right now, and I'm moving to a zone that is one bit colder than where we're at right now. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to keep this channel going. That's kind of why we haven't been posting for a while. It's just there's been a lot of hectic things going on and a lot of kind of unknown things with our gardens, but we are going to keep posting. We both essentially have to start from zero and completely like rip up ground and start from new to build our gardens at the places that we are going. So we're going to document all that, and we're going to take you guys along for the ride with us. But that's just kind of why you haven't really seen much from us recently, and that's also why you're really just kind of seeing my garden dwindle and not much of a fall garden, except the stuff that's in pots and that we can take with us. Scott and I are pretty excited. We actually just got a couple lights and a big tent set up. We're gonna set up in our new house so that we can grow over the winter, and I'll share the setup with that with you guys and how we go about caring for what we're growing and all that stuff. So that's exciting. I'm excited to learn a little bit more about indoor growing and share that with you guys. But that's a little bit of the changes that have been going on. So I wanted to share that with you, why my fall garden section is just some 60-day carrots and some radishes. But it's all good. The way I timed it, I think I'll be able to get these carrots out of the ground right before we move, and I'll probably blanch and freeze them and store them all that way to take them with us. That's my little update talk. There's a couple more things that I will show you in the garden that I think are just absolutely hilarious. All right, so before I close out with you guys, I wanted to show you what I found in like my yard, where my lawn is, where my kids play all the time. It's several feet away from the garden, so I'm not exactly sure how this happened, but it's somewhat funny, and I wanted to show you guys. So if you look, I found that we have all of these little babies growing. Over here, even more. And then gardening with children. And then even this guy, way over here in the middle of the yard. We have a bean. Gardening with children, y'all. It's fun, it's an adventure, it's rewarding. It's something. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out and checking in with us today. We will keep you posted on what's going on, and we will keep recording and sharing how we get our new gardens up and going with you guys. So you have a great day. See you next time.